When we think about oxygen and carbon dioxide in the circulatory system, we want to remember that we are thinking about aerobic cellular respiration, which is how your body makes ATP. You need oxygen as an input for this process, and carbon dioxide is given out as a waste product from this process. And so everything you've been thinking about so far today is about how do you get oxygen to your cells and how do you remove this carbon dioxide waste product from your cells and from your body. Remember that the carbon in carbon dioxide actually comes from the glucose. And so your body is not turning oxygen into CO2. You're using oxygen to burn glucose and giving off carbon dioxide. So we'll come back to this glucose issue when we talk about the digestive system. But this connects to your bloodstream because your red blood cells are your body's oxygen delivery system. Red blood cells pick up oxygen in the lungs, and then they go back to the heart. They get pumped out to the body. When they get to the body, that oxygen diffuses out of the red blood cells, and then it goes into your body's cells and into the mitochondria so they can use it for cellular respiration. And then really your circulatory system has to take these red blood cells back to your heart and then back to your lungs so that they can get reoxygenated. So that's really the big picture of what you've seen so far today with your circulatory system is this journey of the red blood cells. So if we look at this picture of the circulatory system, this is a lot like what you saw in the gizmo activity. It's just that now you can see the mouth and the lungs and everything kind of laid on top of this. So when blood goes to your lungs, it is low oxygen blood because the reason it's going to your lungs is to pick up oxygen. Air is pretty high in oxygen. And so as blood passes through the capillaries that are in the lungs, oxygen diffuses into the blood and that blood becomes oxygen rich again. Then the heart pumps that blood out to the body. So it goes, some of it goes to your upper body and your head and your arms. Some of it goes to your lower body. When it gets there, it delivers its oxygen to the cells. So oxygen diffuses out of the blood, just like you saw with the red blood cells down here. That oxygen moves into the cells so that they can use it for cellular respiration. Now, at the same time, your cells are giving off carbon dioxide. This comes out of your mitochondria, and your cells don't want that. That's a waste product. So that carbon dioxide diffuses into the bloodstream, and then the carbon dioxide is brought back to the heart so that it can start to make its way out of the body. Notice here in this pie chart that blood that's going back to the heart is over 50% carbon dioxide in terms of its gas composition. And then as you can see, that blue low oxygen blood makes its way back to the heart, back to the lungs. And then here you can see these little arrows showing that carbon dioxide, it diffuses out of the blood and then ultimately is making its way out of your face and being breathed back out into the air. So that's kind of the big picture and the story of how your body gets oxygen, loads it into your red blood cells and delivers it to your cells, and then also how you get rid of that carbon dioxide waste product.